At 11:58 p.m. on a cold November night, Lauren Hayes sent one last text, "On my way. See you soon." She never arrived. By dawn, her boyfriend called her phone. It went straight to voicemail. What followed was a web of small, almost insignificant details: a dirty rental car, a missing shoe, a town that remembers the sound of a siren. Tonight on Fatal Date Files, the last hours of Lauren Hayes and the clues they almost missed. Welcome back to Fatal Date Files. I'm Jane. If you like deep, visual storytelling and tight investigative narration, make sure to subscribe. In this episode, we reconstruct a single night whom Lauren texted, who she met, and how a small decision changed everything. Lauren Hayes was 28 years old, a paralegal who loved baked goods and folk music. She lived in a modest apartment above a coffee shop and worked downtown. Friends called her reliable. Neighbors called her polite. On the night of November 12th, she finished an evening shift at an art opening and made plans to meet an old friend, Sam Wheeler, at a bar downtown called The Lantern. Sam and Lauren had dated briefly 2 years earlier but remained close. Witnesses later said they were seen laughing together outside the bar at 10:30 p.m. Security footage captured them leaving together at 11:15 p.m. That's the last verified time Lauren's whereabouts were known. Investigators built a timeline from phone pings, camera footage, and witness statements. At 11:18 p.m., Lauren's phone connected to a tower near the bar. At 11:35, a neighbor saw Lauren walking east on Elm Street alone. Her phone last registered a text at 11:58 p.m. The one to her roommate: "Lock the back door. I'll be home late." Two important details stand out. First, Lauren's shoes were wet when her body was found. Second, a single shoe was discovered beside a darkened alley, just 2 blocks from her apartment. Police theorized she may have been forced or struggling. At 6:30 a.m., a delivery driver found Lauren's body behind a laundromat on Brookside Lane, about a 10-minute walk from Elm Street. She had sustained blunt force injuries and exposure. There was no weapon on scene. Forensics found skin cells beneath her fingernails and traces of soil that didn't match any nearby yards. Detectives interviewed dozens of people: the friend she texted, bar staff, late-night cab drivers, and neighbors. Sam Wheeler said they parted ways at the corner of 5th and Elm. He walked to his car and left. Surveillance footage confirmed he left alone. The forensic lab returned a few crucial results. The DNA under Lauren's nails belonged to an unknown male, not Sam, not anyone in her immediate circle. Soil on her shoes matched a decommissioned industrial lot on the edge of town. A forensic pathologist estimated time of death between 12:30 and 2 a.m. Detectives focused on the lot. It was fenced but accessible through a broken gate. That lot had been a hangout for transient workers and scrap metal dealers meeting late-night buyers. A week after the murder, police received a tip. A tow truck driver reported seeing a red hatchback parked near the lot on the night of Lauren's disappearance. He remembered because the driver complained about a flat tire and spoke angrily on the phone. Investigators traced a similar vehicle to Marcus Reed, 34, a day laborer with a history of petty theft. Marcus's alibi was thin. He claimed he was home alone, but a neighbor reported Marcus left briefly around midnight. When police searched his van, they found a single leather glove with a partial blood smear. DNA testing matched Lauren's blood. Marcus was brought in for questioning. He denied involvement, insisting he had only been at the lot earlier in the evening looking for scrap metal buyers. But police said his phone records placed him near Brookside Lane between midnight and 1 a.m. Prosecutors built a case on the DNA match, the glove, and the soil evidence. The public demanded answers. Lauren's family demanded justice. But the case wasn't airtight. Defense attorneys highlighted that the blood smear on the glove could have been transferred earlier. Marcus had worked with scrap metal and could have come into contact with Lauren's blood another way. They also produced a witness who claimed to have seen a different red hatchback leaving Brookside Lane at 1:10 a.m. An independent forensic analyst questioned whether the soil comparison was conclusive. Similar soil existed in several disused lots around town. The judge allowed the case to go to trial, but the prosecution had to navigate gaps and strengthen their narrative. In the months that followed, The trial revealed more, but some questions persisted. Marcus Reed maintains his innocence. Lauren's family continues to light a candle at her graveside each month. For now, the case reminds us how small details, a single shoe, a text at midnight, a cracked fence, can mean the difference between cold case and closure. If you want a follow-up episode diving deeper into the trial, evidence, exhibits, and interviews with the defense and prosecution, make sure to subscribe. This has been Fatal Date Files. Stay safe and stay aware.